finally happened. I feel like we've had the conversation 17 times since the season started. And it took until June 6th for the Blue Jays to send Alek Manoah down, not just to AAA, because that's what we mentioned a couple times.
Not to double.
Not to AA.
Not even
I'm pretty
to
sure
single.
I said this made sense.
Yeah.
You said AAA and Mitch White comes up.
Yeah, but this makes
the clip
the
we
most
did
sense
have.
because you send him to the complex and he works on things for the rest, for like the next month or so.
Yes.
You've got the majority of your eyes and the majority of resources there. It makes the most sense.
Yes.
And the pitching lab's there and like everything's there.
Yeah.
So like you can work on everything. I never thought of this before, but it does make the most sense now that you're hearing it. We can get to Manoah in a second. Welcome back to the Flight Deck Podcast. It's an early week episode. We haven't done one of those in a couple weeks. So if you forgot, we do the Impact Player of the Week. Last week was supposed to be Nate's, but we didn't get to it because we didn't do an early week podcast. So this week it's Nate's.
Yes.
So Nate, take us away, man.
I'm pretty sure I picked them. I think this might be the third time, but we're going Goss again.
Okay.
I don't know how you can pick anyone else.
Nope.
Okay. All right.
He's the ace.
He is
apparently not a Cy Young contender according to MLB.com, but
we can get into this now. He pitched today, 7 innings, 13 Ks, no walks, 1 run,
tied his career high that he set
Houston
this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the Blue Jays
apparently he can strike out people with Kirk behind the dish.
So yeah,
that takes away a lot of my last week conversation, but that's okay.
The Blue Jays posted this 15 minutes ago. Most strikeouts through the first 13 starts of a Jays season. Third place was AJ Burnett in 2007 with 96. Second place, Robbie Ray in 2021 with 97.
Really?
First place, Kevin Gausman this year, 113.
Crazy. He's literally ahead of Garrett Cole in every stat. Actually, it's every stat now. Before it was every stat except for games and innings pitched. Now it's every single stat.
Mm-hmm. Like he's ridiculous.
It's nuts.
Like
it's nuts. I think he should be top 2 contender for the Cy Young right now with what he's doing on the mound.
Behind Sonny Gray.
I think he realistically is.
I like what Eovaldi's doing.
I mean,
McClanahan's
gross.
Yeah.
Obviously Sonny Gray's been good too. I just think Gausman's done it. Like Gausman's done similar things that McClanahan does.
And to Strider.
But McClanahan's got the ERA over him, and that's it. Yeah. It's crazy. It's insane what he's doing this year. Wins don't mean anything.
He's like doesn't have a loss yet or something.
I think he genuinely is like 7-0, 8 in the league.
No,
Gausman's not his win-loss record isn't as pretty.
Yeah.
But are we really going to take away the Cy Young from him because his team can't score runs when he's on the mound? I think that's stupid.
I think you look at the impact he's had on his team, which isn't what the award is, but he's been way more impactful to the Jays than I would argue McClanahan has been to the Rays.
Well, the Rays win all the time. So, I mean, it's not just because McClanahan's on the mound. Like, they have a good team that is winning ball games with pitchers that don't matter. Like guys you've never heard of are winning ball games for the Tampa Bay Rays like they do every single year. So yeah, I think Gausman's a Cy Young. Should be arguably a top 3, and MLB.com disagrees apparently. But hey, it is what it is. Connor, you're next.
All right. Well, over the last 7 games, this player has batted 308, 357 on base, 692 slugging for a 1.049 OPS. He has 3 home runs, 4 RBIs. He's only struck out 4 times. He's walked twice. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Daulton Varsho.
Okay. I wasn't sure who you were going to go with.
He's hitting again.
Another one tonight.
Yeah, another one tonight. He
second on the team now with 11.
Was it a 10-game hitting streak or a 10-game
hit streak?
Yeah, 10-game hit streak. Like, yeah, he's second on the team in home runs, which is like
insane.
Very weird.
Behind
Bo, and then just ahead of George, which is like
we just start hitting home runs.
Yeah, that's kind of. I think they're hitting enough, but like everyone's kind of hitting them, and like not hitting a lot of them, but just hitting a few here and there, and it's kind of all worked out.
Yeah.
Is
like obviously
Rogers Center playing a bit more of a pitcher's park than we thought? I
shouldn't
don't know
be.
stats, but
it doesn't
It doesn't make sense to be, but I think that was what do you call it? Varsho's second homer at home.
He had one yesterday.
So third at home, sorry.
Yeah.
I think, give or take. He hasn't hit that many at home.
So.
And Vlad's hit none. So maybe it's just not a homer friendly park. On the other side of things, Bo is flipping them out to right field with ease.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's the case, but
also George's home run today, he didn't even think he got it. I don't think.
No, he looked pissed off.
Like, shit. Oh,
yeah,
right, cool. Yeah, so it's
same with Varsho's.
Yeah, Varsho's bounced off the top of the wall, and then like
Varsho got a triple out of that before they reviewed it.
Yeah, I mean,
he's dead sprinting out of the box. Yeah, Varsho's been great. It's really helping the trade conversation. Doesn't hurt as much now. Eventually, when Lourdes slows down and we have his Varsho playing like this,
his average floats back to about 280.
Mm-hmm. I watched the end of I think it was Braves D-backs game the other night. Mm-hmm. Gabby's hitting 9 for the D-backs.
That's insane, man. It's insane. They're good, and I don't know why.
They're really dude, they've figured something out.
I think that's another division that just isn't that good this year for whatever reason. Like the Dodgers aren't the juggernaut they have been.
The Padres are skidding.
The Padres suck.
The Rockies suck. The Giants are meh. So they're just taking advantage of it.
And they're also they were supposed to be good coming into this year though. Like they didn't it's a surprise that they're this good. No. It's a surprise that they're this good, but they were that young team that you're like, well, they could do damage.
Baltimore. They're supposed to be the same as Baltimore and come next year.
Coming into the year, I thought they were better than Baltimore.
I thought coming into the year, I think you could have made the easy argument for third in that division for them, with a potential wild card. Yeah. But the fact that it, like we keep saying, it's June 6th.
And they're in first right now, aren't they?
And they're alone.
The best record in the NL?
Alone in first place. Yeah, because the Dodgers just lost to the Reds.
Zach Gallen helps a lot of that.
Yeah.
I think Merrill Kelly's been okay too.
Yeah.
Their rotation's been good. Their hitters are hitting. Losing Mad Bum was the best thing that could have happened to the team. So yeah.
But Brant,
I'll get to mine in a second.
Okay.
Because talking on Varsho there, everyone talked about that trade so much. You kind of don't really hear about the other trade that Atkins made in the offseason. The Teoscar for Swanson trade. We've won that so hard.
Because
so hard.
There was an image floating around a couple days ago. It was for the most strikeouts in the, I don't know if it was American League or the entire MLB.
Mm-hmm.
There was, of the top 5, 4 were Mariners.
Yeah, that was rough. I think it was the AL.
Yeah, it had to have been the AL because it was Teoscar had the most. Then I think it was Eugenio Suarez. Then Anthony Volpe was the only non Mariner, and then it was Kelnick and Julio.
Yep.
And
I'm looking at the leaders. No.
What?
Oh, the one that said or that Teoscar is on pace to break the strikeout record
he's on pace to miss Mark Reynolds' strikeout record by 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But be second all time in strikeouts.
Jesus.
He's got 81 so far this year in 60 games. 229 at bats. He's got 81 strikeouts. He has 9 homers, and I think 7 of them came in a week and a half.
Mm-hmm. If that.
Meanwhile, Eric Swanson is arguably our second best reliever.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that might be underselling it.
You could make the argument that
the argument that Eric Swanson is our best reliever, and no one talks about that trade because they're too busy complaining about the Daulton Varsho.
Yeah, the easy top 3 in that bullpen is Jordan, Swanson, and Nate.
Yep.
I
would put Nate as number 1 personally, but I'm a little high on Nate.
I need to see
more.
He hasn't shown us enough.
Give me a month or two more of this of consistently
I think
being
this
there.
is this. His problem has always been that he can't stay healthy because they tried to make him a starter every year. I think now that we're seeing him as a reliever, his arms staying on, his legs are underneath him, I think you're going to get some good ball out of Nate the entire year.
He was healthy 2 years ago, I want to say, and was just very inconsistent.
But he wasn't healthy. He had some hernia or something.
Was it 21?
No, it was 2 or 3 years ago.
20? Yeah, 20 was when he came up. He was healthy. He was just bad.
Yeah. He came up as a starter.
Yeah, he came up as a starter. He had that one start against in his debut. He was amazing.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was just command issues. Then he played that those 2 innings in that wild card game.
Yeah.
And was phenomenal. And then they just kept
as a reliever. When they had him start, he stunk.
2020 was a fever dream because I was in Florida and I went to, I think it was a Pirates spring training game against the Jays to watch Nate throw in relief of, I don't even know who started that game. He looked so good.
Yeah.
We were sitting like so close to.
Literally
unreal. He was humming.
In real life and in baseball, I think but from February of 2020 to August of 2021, fucking fever dream.
Mm-hmm.
The
entire nuts. We went over actually I guess that was 21.
We went over the 21 bullpen.
Yeah, it was 21. We went over that 21 bullpen. It's nuts. I don't remember half of that. I just wanted to mention that real quick. My pick for this week, Chris Bassett.
The Hound.
I don't have a lot of reasoning for it other than the fact that the guy went 7 1/3 when he probably should have been at home with his wife, who was currently giving birth to his child.
I mean, but not current. Shout out to his wife.
A day later,
his wife hung on.
Wife hung on, dude.
The wife did hang on. But yeah, congratulations to Chris Bassett for the start and also the kid. I guess that's big. But it's the second kid. You think if this is Chris Bassett's first kid, he would have went home?
No, it's Chris Bassett. Just given
gonna stay.
What we have seen of Chris Bassett so far, he would have stayed.
I think. That's what I mean. I think if it's the first kid, I think he probably would have went. Yeah, 50 hours.
He had a good idea.
That's insane.
Wait, the labor was 50 hours
for the first one.
Damn.
Yeah, just nuts.
Wild.
Yeah. So I don't actually have the line in front of me. I don't remember what he did, but I know he went 7 1/3, didn't give up a run.
Have it up. I can pull. He went 7 2/3, sir.
You forgot the
7 2/3? The what? That was a series ago, so it's tough.
Oh, I could have brought out the broom. The Sox and Jays swept in the same weekend.
That's just brutal, man.
Yeah,
it's just brutal.
But Brent, you were wrong. Chris Bassett went 7 2/3.
2/3. Pardon me, Chris Bassett.
No earned runs, 3 hits, 8 Ks, no walks. Him getting 8 Ks is very weird. It looks weird.
Do you think his wife was watching that game, pissed off that he was doing so well? Or was she happy that he's doing well?
If she was pissed off, she was pissed off about the rain delay.
Yeah. That it was an hour and a half.
It was a long one. It wasn't great.
I don't know. This weekend was a blur. I didn't watch any baseball. I'm not gonna lie.
That's fair.
I think that was the only game of the Mets series that I actually watched.
Okay. Well,
I don't remember
who.
What do we?
I was able to catch. I do.
I did not see. I saw a little bit of the Berrios game.
It was Bassett for that. Berrios was phenomenal.
I think I might have saw Kikuchi.
The most I watched was Kikuchi Senka.
So. Kikuchi was good too, right? He only gave up 2.
You have the other.
I think he only gave up 2, and then the other 2 were from Nate.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the other 2 were Nate.
Yeah,
and they were both solo shots to Tommy Pham.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, crazy.
Berrios is back.
Oh, he's actually back, dude. 2022 was such a fucking outlier. It's not funny.
Oh, yeah.
We're officially able to say that now.
Yep.
It's
100%.
What was it? I had it in here. It was fucking. It's the other one. It was. This is let's see. The Berrios' last 10 starts, including that Mets one, 61 innings, 2.48 ERA, 1.15 WHIP, 56 strikeouts, 19 walks. That is the second best ERA over 10 starts banned in Jose's career. He's back.
It's so funny because he started this year 2022 Berrios.
Oh yeah,
the first 2 starts were
that Kansas City
bad.
game was so bad.
So bad. He had the exact same issues.
Hasn't he had
And
one
nothing
more
was
bad
working.
one since?
He had one bad one. I think it was like his 4th start of the year.
Yeah,
But if you take those starts out of it and you go from April 14th, we've already done this, but the numbers have gotten better since the last time we've done it, and it blows my mind. So from April 14th to today, he's got a 2.48 ERA, a 3.8 WHIP. He's got 56 strikeouts in 61 innings pitched, 5-2. He's only given up 17 runs.
Yeah, he's amazing. Like,
unbelievable, man. It's just he's back. I don't think the money is so worth it for what you're paying Jose Berrios right now. And that contract looks so much better than it did coming into this year. I love it.
To answer Nate, you answer your question. His one bad game after like the first 2 was Boston.
Yeah,
So,
everyone had a bad game that week. So.
Everyone had a bad game.
Yeah, it was a bad week.
Yeah.
And I mean, he only gave up 5. Like it's
but
you can
Jose,
that.
He's dropped his ERA to 3.6. Like
he's kind of making up for the loss of this other guy.
Yeah. I guess we can.
Well, I would argue that all of them right now, like all 4 of them, you can eat this Manoah getting demoted thing because the rest of them are looking good again. Obviously, Gosman's been Gosman the whole year. Bassett's been Bassett for the most of the year. Berrios has been vintage Berrios for all but 2 starts, 3 starts, I guess we'll say. And then Kikuchi had a spot where he fell off, but his last 2 or 3 starts have been serviceable at worst.
Yeah.
And as your 5 starter, you can stomach that every day of the week. The problem was Alek Manoah was just not getting it done anymore.
He's the worst pitcher in baseball.
He was statistically the worst pitcher in baseball. And it's the numbers are kind of staggering because looking at how bad the Blue Jays were in May is compounded a lot more when you look at Alek Manoah and the team since May 1st. Since May 1st, on games that Manoah didn't start, the Jays were 15-11, good for 577 winning percentage. So, like, that's a legitimate top-tier playoff team at that point. And then when Manoah started, the team was 0-7. Didn't win a single Manoah start.
Dude, his record's like 1-7.
Yeah.
And I can't, I could not tell you the one win.
Kansas City, I think.
Kansas City,
it had to have been Kansas City.
I think it was Kansas City.
Yeah.
So it doesn't count anymore.
Actually, was it? No, we didn't win that Yankees game.
Unless it was in. Yeah, I was gonna say
we didn't win that game. I remember that. But yeah, like
he's been terrible. I could not tell you what it is. We've had this conversation enough. I don't think we need to keep beating the dead horse.
It's the Y word, dude.
The yips. Did you see the video? I think it was Chris Black tweeted where he was just like kind of easing off of pitches at the end of his mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a thing. My only issue is if your issue is mental right now, I don't know if going all the way down to this complex league is really going to help. Like everyone's like, oh, you'll build back some confidence, but as soon as you get back to the major league level, you're going to get back in your head again.
I don't think it's the confidence that you're looking for to gain in single A. No. I think they obviously think there's something mechanical. I think if it was just confidence, I think you go to AAA because you're going to face better hitters and everything. I think they must be seeing something as mechanics or something. There's something they want to look at that they're going to put them in the lab and try and get it sorted out. Is my opinion.
Yeah.
I find it funny when I see people like tweeting out like, oh, this is nothing like the Halliday situation, or this is nothing like the Romero situation and stuff like that, because you really don't know. Like it could be very similar to either one of those, but realistically, none of us know what's wrong with Alek Manoah. And it could be
much younger.
Sure, the age and the time difference, whatever. That's obviously a big difference.
They sent him down and wanted to rework his entire windup.
Well, that could be what they're thinking here. Like, yeah, the age and the success beforehand.
They haven't said that yet.
They're not going to say anything.
We imagine
we'll find out when he comes back.
Like 2 months later, Alek Manoah isn't going from the fucking windup instead of the stretch.
Yeah,
that would look
maybe
so awkward.
Maybe. Like there could be something as stupid as that they go down there and they work on, and it ends up being the fix that he needs. But realistically, we don't know what the issue was. Like without being there or being Alek Manoah, we're never gonna know. He could be hurt. It could be something stupid as just something nagging in his arm that isn't bad enough to go on an IL stint, but it's bad enough to tweak your mechanics a little bit that causes everything that's happened.
And then you're overcompensating. And
Exactly.
Everything goes out the window.
Yep. So we don't know. We're never gonna know what the current issue is with Alek Manoah, but I hope it's something that they can figure out down there, and then come back and be what Alek Manoah was. If Alek Manoah comes back as Alek Manoah in August, September, you're laughing because now you have 5 starters plus Ryu if he's back or when he's back.
Yeah, dude,
you're laughing.
Ryu's return now holds a lot more fucking weight.
Do you push that up a little bit?
Then
do you try and push that up a little bit?
I think Ryu wants to.
That's what I mean.
Seems like it from everything I've heard.
And we were talking about this like earlier in the day, but that they could work basically the off days in June to have it to where you only need 2 bullpen days for the entire month.
Mm-hmm. I don't love that. Personally,
we need an extra starter for 2 games or something.
Which is probably Bowden Francis.
Yeah. So I think they've already said the plan is to have him start Saturday.
No. Well, I heard Schneider's press conference, and he was saying he didn't commit to anything.
Right.
He basically just kind of left it open.
I mean, he also said he didn't commit to anything yesterday, and then Alek Manoah went to fucking
Yeah, no, but he was saying they like his use as a bulk guy and out of the pen as well. So he wasn't committing to him starting on Saturday.
The way he was throwing in the bullpen today seemed like he was getting ready to continue his, what do you call it, like routine to go pitch on Saturday. Like he looked like he was kind of just working the arm out and seeing what
I think happens. I think Trevor Richards starts on Saturday.
Right.
For like an inning. And then Bowden goes like 4.
Also, is it Bowden? Because they were calling him Bowden.
I feel like it's Bowden, but I say Bowden just because
it's spelled Bowden.
It's spelled Bowden, but
I can't do it. I think, like, I know you can try and get by with only using 4 starters for this month and just having a couple games where you use it, but you also want to get your starters as much rest as they can.
You gotta manage their workload, obviously, but
yeah, I'm fine eating a loss or 2 and risking a loss or 2. You're not even guaranteed to lose those games, but risking a loss or 2 by using a Trevor Richards, Bowden Francis combination, or bringing somebody else up that can come out and do it, or seeing what Jay Jackson did yesterday, going 2 2/3, I think it was. Something like that, where you run the relievers that aren't big name relievers and you try and get through 5-6 inning with those guys and see where you're at.
Well, you've got at least one more spot now too, right? That you can kind of rotate those guys
exactly.
through. I don't think we see. I bet you we see these guys last a week, if that. I think you're going to see Hatch, Francis.
They're going to rotate through
Thornton.
this for sure.
You're going to see Jay Jackson again. Like, you're going to see all these guys.
Yeah, and I think that's the better way to do it, because I would rather do that than have Gausman and Bassett and Kikuchi and Berrios all push through and being like, hey, you don't actually get this day of rest. Now you got to go pitch. I know it's a regular 5-day rotation for them, but when you're looking at that schedule beforehand and you have that 6-day, you're kind of banking on having that 6-day.
I don't think they do it every day or every time, but I think they'll. There's possible once or twice that they push them every 5th day and just go 4-man with the off days.
It's, to me, it's one of those things is like you're pushing to win the battle, which eventually might cause you to lose the war. Because I don't really need to go push for 4 or 5 wins in June when I can have these guys winning every game in September, October. Is more
we're
my
3.5 games out of a playoff spot with how many teams in between. Like, yes and no, you do. That's true. We won tonight, so it could be different. But they do need to start putting some urgency on some of these games too. Though,
if you take that one little bad stretch we had out of the season, though, like, this is still an elite ball club, and they're playing like it right now.
I genuinely think I don't think I have the tweet anymore, but someone had their 10-game stretches for the entire season. I think it literally went 6-4, 6-4, 6-4, 7-3, 2-8, 6-4.
Yeah.
Like,
so it's just that one stretch that just has not been good. But now we're what? Is it 7-3 in the last little bit? In the last 10?
2 out of 3 against the Brewers.
It was 2 out of 3 against the Twins, 2 out of 3 against the Brewers, swept the Mets,
and then split with the Astros so far.
1-1 right now. So 3 losses. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9-3.
We'll take it.
Which, what was it? 10 games ago, 11 games ago, when we said if they have the ability to go 9-2 over their next 11, even though they went 2-9 in their last 11, and we were off by 1 game, but they can continue to do that against teams like this. And you're coming up against Baltimore now after this series, right? Or is it no? There's one more in between that. It's Minnesota. And then you get Baltimore, where you can gain the ground there if you're playing the way you're playing. I'm not concerned about being 2 games back in June.
And Minnesota's a winnable series. Like
Minnesota's a very winnable.
You should be taking another 2 out of 3 from them,
at least.
With Chris Bassett on the mound tomorrow too, I think you have a really good chance of winning that game too. Even though he's
Bassett
fresh off of having a dad or having a kid. I don't know.
Let me pull this up.
I don't think the Astros' strength is in their rotation right now.
Not right now, but Altuve
is he back?
He was back, but then he it was like he's not on the IL, I don't think.
Day to day again?
I think he's day to day with something. Like
totally sidebar, but did you guys see Judge is hurt again?
Yep. Judge just got not ingrown toe, that was Chapman, which
it was a bruise and a strained ligament in his
ligament in his
That's a weird one.
To answer the question of who is pitching tomorrow, it is Chris Bassett against Ronel Blanco.
Oh yeah. So that's kind of what I mean. The Astros starting rotation currently today,
it's not great.
Is not what it was at the beginning of the year.
They're on like their 10th man.
Yeah, that's what they've lost a lot.
Yeah, because they lost is Urquidy. I know they lost Garcia.
Garcia's done. McCullers is nowhere near coming back.
Do we see Javier?
Who's the other one?
Who did we see in game 1?
We saw Belak.
Oh, right.
Teammate of Kevin Biggio in college. That's all I knew.
Fair.
And Thursday, shit.
Oh, it's a 4-game set?
Mm-hmm. Thursday is Framber Valdez.
Ooh.
That's not great.
Whatever.
He's 6-4, but has a 2.16 ERA.
He's there, Kevin Gausman. Well, I mean, even still, you have Berrios on the other side of the mound.
Yep.
It's still a winnable ball game. Like, yeah, Valdez is going to be good, but your team is playing well right now outside of 1 game against the Astros, and you have a damn good pitcher on your side pretty much every day now. So you have chances to win pretty much every night that you go out there. You should have a good chance to win pretty much every night you go out there, no matter who's on the mound. We're 2 games back, Nate. We're 2 back of New York right now.
Yeah, and they just lost to the White Sox tonight. So
you'll love to see
it. They did. They were getting no hit
for 6, and then do you want to know how that no hitter?
I'm so proud of Luis Robert for what he did, because that was the most routine fly ball, and they both just sat there, and I don't know who the left fielder was, so I'm proud of him too.
Benintendi tonight. Was it? I'm assuming.
Okay.
If it was,
I'm proud of both of them, because the inning after they pulled Lucas Giolito during a no hitter, there was a routine fly ball that they stood there and went,
cannot,
and let it drop. So
do you know how many pitches Giolito was at?
I don't care.
He was at 100.
So
fine. Give me 130. What are you doing? Give me 130. At least 125. There's no reason. Yeah.
Oh, fuck. In what, 08?
So?
No. Like 15, 16?
There's no way he was throwing no-hitters in 20.
There's no way.
He was not good anymore.
His last good year was that.
I don't think he was good when he threw that no-hitter.
No.
Yeah, he had like 11 walks in that game.
Great.
Like,
no, but either way, they ruined the combined no-hitter, which is fantastic, and I love him for that. I like Luis Robert to begin with, but I love that he did that. That was fantastic.
That was great.
if you're a White Sox fan, I understand why you wouldn't like that.
Hey, they
But
won,
as a-
dude.
That's big win. And Liam Hendricks got a save, first save since
First
coming back.
save.
That's so super cool.
I was gonna bring this up
I was
late.
super pumped because the article I saw said 2018, but then it was 2010 that he did it.
I was gonna bring this up later, but Liam Hendricks' first win was over the weekend.
Mhm.
Came on National Cancer Survivor Day.
Oh, that's super cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like that. He's been great. Other than that one start and the one homer today.
The one game has been really good.
The tank to JD today.
I didn't see it, but
he hammered it. He got a lot of it. He got a lot.
But a good Liam Hendricks fist pump and a yell is something you need in your life.
Yep, it was fun.
Psychopath.
Back to the Blue Jays quickly.
Yep.
So obviously we sent Manoah down.
Mm-hmm.
And if this was April, let's say March, you would think the option would have been Mitch White. Mitch White stinks. And Mitch White is not even being used as a starting option anymore.
He's garbage.
He's now being looked at as a bulk / multi-inning relief guy.
Didn't we talk about this last podcast that he wasn't starting? He was coming in.
We noticed it, but Don Snyder made it official.
They fully announced that he's not a starter.
They also freaking DFA'd. I don't even remember the guy. Yeah, sure.
Who they traded for Chavez? Was it Chavez Young? I think at the beginning of the year.
Is that
Chavez
was sick in the WBC?
I fucking love Chavez, but fucking traded him for Zach Thompson, who they just DFA'd.
Was Thompson terrible, or I don't get why you trade for him and then we have a starter go down and
that was the move. I know it was a weird look. I think was Bowden Francis on the 40 man.
I want to say he was.
Yes, because I remember someone saying that. So I don't. Oh, maybe no. Why did they do that?
Why do we need a 40-man spot?
We didn't. That's kind of. I was thinking maybe one of them needed a 40-man, but they didn't. That's a weird move. We're just gonna shark turn. Mitch White, obviously, traded for Mitch White. Have you guys seen Nick Frasso's numbers?
Someone made a very.
We traded for him.
Nick Frasso is the guy we traded for him.
No,
but
don't talk about him.
Nick Frasso is where, Brant?
He's in Double-A.
No,
in Tulsa. His stats all say he's in Tulsa, unless he got called up.
Last I checked, he was in. Okay, he just
got called up.
Double-A. He's been in Double-A the whole time, but he's also about to be 25. And he's in Double-A.
Well,
hasn't sniffed Triple-A.
Well, he's got a 0.9 ERA in Double-A.
26, and he's in Single A.
You can't put Alek Manoah also had two amazing seasons in MLB.
I don't care when you come up. This man's got a 0.9 ERA in Double-A right now.
Yeah, but these are Dodger numbers. You got to completely look the other way. He's
okay. He's got a Ks per 9 of 12.3.
Okay.
And he's got a whip that's under 1 right now. It's 0.90. You know what Mitch White's numbers in Double-A were?
Brant.
We don't need to look back at stuff.
I want to look back at this one because this was not long enough ago to be this bad.
Nick Frasso has pitched.
Kind of look like Mitch White right now.
Real shit.
Thank you.
Okay. Do you want to know how many innings Nick Frasso has pitched? 30.
Yeah.
Do you know how many games he started?
How is this a sample size?
8.
8.
He started 8 games and pitched 30 innings.
I don't care. Can we go over Mitch White's Double-A numbers?
Brant, he doesn't go more than 4 innings ever.
So
he's
how many innings has Mitch White pitched for us?
He was. Oh, I'm not gonna say okay.
He was not good last year either.
Not great last year. Yeah, but there's a difference between doing under 4 innings a start in MLB and doing that in Double-A as a 25-year-old.
Sure. Mitch White.
Hey, did you guys see Ellie De La Cruz got called up? I was getting 4-stick today.
Speaking of age,
shit,
crazy. Mitch White is 28.
I'm just trying to get us off this topic.
No, we're not. Mitch White is 28. He's got a 9.14 in the minors right now, across 2 leagues.
Okay, 2 leagues. What the fuck other league did he pitch in?
Triple-A and Single-A.
Single-A.
Oh,
He's only pitched 21 2/3 over 8 games. Same amount of games. 9 innings less. 9.14 ERA. It's a bad trade.
Yeah, we get it. Mitch White sucks.
Mitch White's
Bad
ass.
trade. Mitch White sucks.
Mitch White's ass, man.
Do we have anything else on the Blue Jays?
I mean,
I don't think so.
I mean, we can't just. You didn't even try to mention any of the things that happens in these games.
No.
You didn't even try doing the game breakdown.
No, today's game was great. Gosman was good. Varsho stayed
Broke
hot.
the Mets.
Bo Bichette's the MVP.
Oh yeah, we broke the Mets.
We did?
We brought dude.
Nice.
Chef's kiss.
I think the Mets were broken beforehand.
Frank the Tank sucks. I don't understand why that guy is any.
He's weird.
Ever
It's
gets
weird.
any sort of content. I don't like him one bit.
Yeah.
Didn't we talk about it last podcast? But fucking Mesa and Simberg showed up to John Boy.
We didn't, but I got into the beef over that picture. So
Just don't really care.
we don't need to bring it. We
About
don't need to
them
bring it up. But
going
I
there?
got right. Like I don't.
They're baseball content guys, and
Yeah.
they're decent guys. I just hate them because
They've done-
these guys on the team don't give a shit about people that cheer for the Yankees. It's not.
They've done interviews with multiple Jays players before.
Yeah, I'm not.
Like
It seemed like
Kevin
a nothing
Biggio
issue.
included. Like
It seemed like a nothing issue that Jays fans tried to be upset about.
yeah, like
The group that was there too was like it was like
Maybe-
Jake,
it was Jake's tiny self, and then like
Jolly Olive,
yeah, it's not even like
and what's his name, Joe's.
like
They're three of the nicest guys in the damn thing.
Yeah, nicest people in that company, so it's fair.
Like who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it from the Jays. Oh yeah, Bo, MVP shit. Roll.
Have you guys been doing the All-Star voting?
No,
I voted once.
I started to vote once and then I just didn't finish it. That's way too much clicking.
Yeah,
It's a lot of work.
So much clicking.
Yeah, and then once you finally finish it, you gotta if you're a real fan, you gotta click it 5 times to vote again.
Yeah. No, and this is so much. And if it's on your phone, you're scrolling
did
for
it
40
once.
minutes to try and find everyone.
Yeah. Like
I don't really care. They'll get in if they get in. Sad news. There's a lot of disappointing news.
yeah,
around
this
the league.
isn't like
Steven Strasburg may never pitch again.
yeah.
That guy's one
But,
of the
like-
biggest, like, what could have been.
That guy gave up his soul
Uh.
to say "fuck you, Houston."
Yeah. I love
So
it.
like, there should be a statue of him outside of every ballpark except for Houston,
Did he win?
outside
No,
the Hall of Fame.
he didn't win the World Series MVP,
Yes,
did
he
he?
did.
Did he?
He threw like 20
man-
innings in that World Series.
He
The
mad
man
bummed it.
literally ended his career to win a World Series and an MVP.
I mean, fuck it.
I got a lot of respect for Steven Strasburg, and it sucks.
Yeah.
and he got 200 and some odd mils for it. So
Mhm.
Yeah, after that World Series, and like, bro, that Patrick Corbin and Steven Strasburg deals are just like
They got a World Series.
you couldn't have like
They got a World Series. That's all that
couldn't get
matters.
two worse ends of a stick in that.
No, brutal,
Like-
but they got a World Series.
deal. Yeah,
the Corbin
So-
one I think is tougher. Like Strauss is a dog.
He
And
just can't
definitely
pitch.
deserve that. And he's the type of guy that seems like he would be out there if he could be.
Yeah.
Corbin
Corbin's shit.
just sucks.
yeah.
Corbin was good in that run. Like, I think we kind of
Don't
forget about that
I
because
remember him being that good though. Like
he wasn't elite,
he's
but
just
he was a great 3 guy, and he got them a couple of wins in that playoff run where he looked good
He was
throughout
just
that
eh.
run, and then he just decided baseball's done, and he's never been anything since.
Like Anibal Sanchez was almost more impactful than him in that playoff
I think
run. feel
Eric
like.
Fetty had a start in that run too.
Noted Blue Jay Daniel Hudson.
Mm-hmm. He was the
I
closer.
forgot he was a Blue Jay.
He was the closer.
Who did
he's
we
Blue
get
Jays
for
legend.
Daniel Hudson?
Couldn't tell you. Could not tell you. Nothing that matters, I don't think.
Yeah, clearly. Like,
Yeah, tough news. Also, I thought this was already a thing, but apparently not. Jacob deGrom's getting Tommy John.
it wasn't a thing. It was just him going to 60-day with something.
Right.
And
I thought like
then-
weeks ago they decided he was getting Tommy John, so I don't know.
no, and then now
we got
it's
this far.
official that he is Tommy. Oh, hi, Nate. Someone clearly didn't know.
No, I'm just clicking. I'm clicking on this article. I looked up Daniel Hudson trade, but my internet
Is it someone?
ass.
Oh, I was gonna say, is it someone we
Um,
know?
there's one name that I saw on here that I didn't know.
Is it currently on the team?
The Nationals getting. Oh no. Never
Hold us
mind.
in suspense.
This is talking about who else than that. I read the Nationals are getting Daniel Hudson from the Blue Jays and Roneus Elias and Hunter Strickland. So I thought that's who we were getting back, but they got them from Seattle. So never mind.
Okay.
I'm just out to lunch. This is too late.
Who did
we get back?
Daniel Hudson Blue Jays trade for Kyle Johnston.
Noted Blue Jays legend Kyle Johnston.
Fucking tell you who that is.
Who did we trade him for?
Good guy. Good guy, Tricard.
Okay, I can see where you got the Rowanus,
true.
Elias, and Hunter Strickland thing because that's the second article that popped up on my fucking phone.
That was the first one that popped up to me. I was like, when did the Jays have Hunter Strickland? I am so confused.
I feel like we would remember Hunter Strickland punching people out on the
I
Jays.
don't know who Roneus Elias is. Never heard of him, but it's like I would have remembered Hunter Strickland.
Yeah.
Isn't Elias still there? Like he's their starting shortstop right now or something?
He's a pitcher.
Is he a pitcher?
You think
they haven't? Who do they have? They have an Elias
said,
on the team.
Are you thinking of Elias Diaz from the Rockies?
Yeah.
No.
Is that who you're thinking of?
I don't know who I'm thinking of. They have some weird ass name on their team. I might just be losing it. It's very
that's CJ Abrams
possible.
in short.
Maybe that's who it was.
Yeah, they sound the same.
No, not even close.
Elias Abrams, same thing.
Often. Yeah. See? Starts with the vowel. Oh well.
How many years was that DeGrom deal though? Sorry.
6.
He might not pitch again next year.
Yep.
Because of this.
I think it was 37 per too. But that doesn't matter because they've been fucking amazing. They're legit. Like we can
they're better without him.
Without their best player.
They're better without him.
What do you mean he's back?
I'm saying DeGrom is their best player.
What do you mean? No,
DeGrom is their best player.
No, he's not, guys.
He's their best player.
Love
Corey Seager is their best position player.
Corey Seager.
I wasn't even talking about Corey Seager, which he is.
Who are you? Oh, Marcus Semien.
Marcus fucking Semien, dude.
Yeah, get fucked.
It's a 25 game hit streak. You're on base. It's 25 game on base streak.
It's a hitting streak.
No, what I think is it genuinely a hitting streak?
It's a 25 game hitting streak.
And I think it's a 25 game hitting streak. And then like he had one game where he didn't hit, and then like before that he had like 7.
Yeah.
So he's like
he's unbelievable right now.
Like 32 of the last 33 games he's hit reach base.
I don't regret letting him go. It's great. I'm happy he's doing well.
I don't either necessarily.
But that contract is nuts.
It's essentially you got to go back.
You're paying him until he's like 40.
Yeah, you got to go back in history. It's essentially you wouldn't have Merrifield, you wouldn't have Chapman. So that's.
I take the collective we got overpaying Marcus Semien what he got.
Yeah, so that's essentially what it is.
Yep.
Like,
more bad news.
Who was our third baseman that year?
Espinal. It was
Biggio.
Biggio, Lamb, Panic, Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Like the fact that we were 92
I'll take what we
so bad.
Bro,
I like those guys over at second way better than that
dude. That 4-game sweep of the Yankees, our team wasn't even that great.
So bad.
Fucking Gerard Dyson was getting key playing time.
Gerard Dyson was great.
Gerard Dyson was amazing, but like the fact that Gerard Dyson was getting playing time for
it's nuts. It's nuts.
Kevin Smith started 2 of those games at third base. Like,
let's get rid of all this other bad news first. Chris Sale's going to the IL. I don't know if that's bad news.
I was gonna say, is that bad news for us?
I feel bad for Chris Sale because that guy just cannot figure it out. Actual bad news: Justin Steele's headed to the IL. That sucks because he's having a great year.
Him and Marcus Stroman.
He has a left forearm strain.
Did you see Stroman do the Soto shuffle?
So sick.
So great.
I love it.
While we're on that, I heard this on Baseball is Dead today. Did you see them ask Soto why the team is not performing well?
No.
Oh, dude, it's such a boss-ass answer.
And his answer is basically, I don't know, maybe you should ask someone else.
Because it's clearly
because he's performing. Right,
he's got like a 950. He's got like a 950 OPS, and I'm like, you're asking him of all people? Like,
yeah, that's awesome. I love the
But yeah,
deflection.
Speaking of the Cubs, Marcus Stroman gonna opt out of his deal.
Yeah.
Do you trade for him?
I was gonna say it, but yes.
Do you trade for Marcus Stroman?
We currently have a hole in the rotation. Odds are we have that hole come the trade deadline. Maybe Ryu is good. I don't know.
I mean, I'm just trying to think of like the players at this year's deadline probably not going to be that great.
No,
especially starting because the two people that I can think of off the top of my head,
up?
like Stroman, Giolito, technically Mike Clevenger, if you want to be that way.
Marcus Stroman also seems like he's trying to get himself here because he was talking about Bassett and how great he is. I think he was talking about Gosman at one point. He was obviously talking about Manoah and defending him and all this and that. So it's like it seems like he's really trying to get on the good side of a lot of the Jays fans and brass and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Oh, and the Anthony Bass thing too. He's just like, the team want him to blah blah blah.
Just don't remember what he did with the Kyrie Irving stuff.
Yeah.
Don't remember that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the
pitching this year, dude.
This free agent class isn't great.
No.
It's Scherzer with a player option, Shohei Ohtani, UFA, Stroman with a player option. Javi Baez has an opt-out, which is hilarious. He's not going to take that.
Do you guys see the meme of Javi Baez? It's got him. It goes. The Tigers paid however many million just for like basically Javi Baez, daddy hacks, pitches way out of the zone. And it has him like swinging out of his ass at this pitch that might have been on the white of the outside of the other batter box. And then they froze it when he's mid-swing and drew a bat that must have been like 60 inches long in its place for him to try and hit this thing. Like,
he's fun. That's kind of that's what Javi's always been. He's fun. He's not a guy to build a team around, but he's fun. He's got a World Series ring.
I think potentially the best players, like position player wise, is that are available. Probably I meant for most for the Jays at the deadline, but like Matt Chapman.
Right.
Shohei
Ohtani. Oh no.
Charlie Blackmon. Like Jock Peterson.
We were on the bias thing, and it reminded me of a tweet I saw earlier from Jay Hay. He goes, since turning his season around following being benched, Javier Baez ranks 145th out of 157 batters in OPS. 630 OPS.
Dude, I saw it.
Minimum 150 plate appearances.
I was watching that Tigers White Sox series over the weekend. Javi was batting third with like a 530 OPS. Like
good for.
I thought he was having a good year because like the narrative is that he figured it out once
he had a week and a half of being good again.
Doesn't have it.
Like,
was he ever a good baseball player?
Didn't he win the MVP? Or am I like
no? He was in the conversation.
I think 19 was like his.
He had a year where he played really well defensively and he hit a bunch of bombs.
I think that was 19.
He had a lot of years where he played really well defensively.
Yeah. But he hit a bunch of bombs that year.
Yeah,
I don't think he played great defensively, or he didn't have a great average. I mean,
he finished second in MVP voting in 2018.
To who?
He was a Silver Slugger and an All-Star.
18 was
Yelich.
We've been over this.
Where the hell is that out here? 18. It was Yelich.
Yeah, that was one of the.
What was his stat line though? I feel like his average wasn't that high. He's not an average guy.
In 2018, he hit 290. With a 326 on base percentage, 554 slug, for an 881 OPS. That's it.
Well, yeah, it's
290.
But he played
320
on base.
Yeah, 36 points separating the two.
Some Tyler O'Neill.
He had 111 RBIs, which led the league, and he had 34 homers, 40 doubles.
There's one thing I like about Javi Baez, and that he is. Strictly that he has the MLB logo tattooed on the back of his neck, and that is it.
I really liked Javi
and he's
Baez
related
to man. I think he was so fun.
And he's related to Jose Berrios. So no way.
No, it doesn't make me like him. I just like the logo on the back of his neck.
I think he was a lot of fun. The way he tagged guys was super cool.
Yeah.
He was like the original Fernando
the
Tatis.
the like looking, pointing at the catcher and
Pointing
like,
at Yadi
so
in
cool.
the WBC.
So
that was
so
hilarious.
cool.
they put that in the video game. That's how
I
fucking cool it
missed
was.
that.
Like,
I missed that. We don't have a lot of good news. Or any
no,
good
there
news?
is no great,
No.
really good news.
I was gonna say we can move on to happier things, but it's not. Mike Soroka got demoted again.
Michael.
I'm calling him Mike.
Yeah,
Until he asked me to
a
stop,
tough
I'm calling
go.
him Mike.
He had a tough go.
He's like an 8 ERA
wasn't
through
good.
his
Yeah, he
first
wasn't
2-3 starts. So
He got touched up against the
A's.
who did he play in the second start? It wasn't someone good. Might have been the Reds. Either way, not good. He's gonna go back down. He's gonna try and figure it out. Maybe
It was the Diamondbacks.
Diamondbacks. Okay, so they're really
Went
good.
3 2/3, 7 hits, 5 earned, 2 home runs, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts.
Yeah, bad. I really want him to figure it out. I hope he does. That's all I can say about Michael Soroka. It's Mike.
Hey, this is
What is this the one I'm thinking it is?
Yes, it is, because
I think I need
Again,
to look at this.
these White Sox Tigers games on the weekend were fucking weird. So a walk-off occurred. It was bases loaded in the bottom of the 10th. I believe it was Alex Lang
Wait,
throws an
Reliever of the month.
reliever of the month.
Shout out Turtleneck.
This
They won on
this
a-
was Major League Baseball. I thought I saw this highlight, but I was
Nope.
like half paying attention and thought this was like college.
Nope,
This was
that
Major
is-
League Baseball.
Yep,
Yep.
It was Alex Lang threw a 96-mile-an-hour fastball off the face of the umpire, and the White Sox were able to just walk it off. Go for that. Yo, I'll give credit to the ump. He fucking took it.
Well, he laid there for
He's like,
a little bit. He's a little dazed, but
well,
yeah,
I mean, I would be too if you fucking doing 96 to the bean.
that's got to be
like-
such a tough thing to celebrate, though.
But genuinely, it was so it looked so weird. like
That's-
none of the players were
It's
like,
so funny, man.
they were like,
You're like, yeah, is he good?
is he okay? Yeah. Like,
That hurts. It sucks to be the ump. Eh?
and what I think is our final piece of news, something that I didn't realize was not as much as I thought it was.
Hmm?
LeBron Wade Jr. made Giants history, or baseball history, really. I think he had the 100th splash hit at Oracle Park.
Really?
Like, if you told me that there was 300 splash hits, I would have believed you. Like,
that park's been around for a long time, isn't it?
like what's the technical thing with splash hits? Is it like
it can't bounce.
I mean like when you count it, is it just the Giants splash hits?
No, I think it's all.
No,
of
I
them,
don't think
right?
so. I think it's all of them.
Because I feel like
It
that
can't bounce though. Dude,
That was
that's
a laser beam. Like that barely cleared the wall and still landed in the water.
Oracle Park's only been 2000.
Really?
Yeah.
They played a candlestick before. That's
yeah. I mean, they did
That
put
makes
out a
sense.
video to like the history of it. Like half of them were Barry.
that makes
Half of
sense.
them were Barry in the first like
That makes
4
sense.
years of that park. Like, but yeah, that's
It's also a really hard place to hit home runs because
well,
it's
yeah, you gotta
deep and it's windy as shit.
and you just gotta dead pull it. Like,
Mhm.
Could you guess how far the average is? Fangraph says.
of the splash hit,
Yeah.
440.
Right?
457.
I'm gonna give you guys both a second guess and tell you you're way off.
Too high, too low.
Wow.
if
How
you
many home
tell
runs
me-
go over 457?
I don't know.
395.
402.
405.
Oh.
Oh
that's
shit!
close.
All right.
Well, it seems so much further.
No, it's like the idea of getting a
What's
splash
the
hit.
the corner's 308. I think it just said on that wall.
That's it. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
But it's tall.
Uh,
Learn something new every day. I think that's it.
is it really?
Yeah.
I feel like we barely talked.
I feel like we could yell about all sorts of things, but I don't think we need to. I think we're in a much better place as Jays fans right now.
Yeah, seriously.
I think splash hits only count if you are a
giant.
A
a
giant.
giant.
Oh,
It
okay.
had to have been because
I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, just so what's the Blue Jays record this year? 33-27?
34.
34-27?
I think they just made it 34, right?
But 30-19 in non-Alek Manoah starts.
Mm-hmm. How nuts.
It's fucking we'd be like second in this division at least if Alek Manoah was 50% of last year Alek Manoah. Like
Yeah, I know. It's a tough one.
He's gonna go down, work through some things.
I hope he does. I really hope he does.
Yeah.
He's a likable guy if he's on your team. And yeah, I want him to see him succeed. Hopefully he comes back and he's a contributor to this team in a big playoff run. But as of right now, I think it's the right move.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone's going to disagree with that.
Yep.
Shout out former Blue Jay, Raimel Tapia, just got cut.
Got DFA'd by the Boston Red Sox.
Could bring him back.
I wanted to talk.
Shout out piece of shit Zach Plesac for getting DFA'd.
Zach Plesac a piece of shit?
Wasn't he with Clevenger on that whole shit in Cleveland?
I don't remember.
The COVID shit?
The COVID shit in Cleveland? I'm like 90% sure it was
remember.
Plesac.
I'm over COVID, so I don't want to think about it.
It was seems like a long time ago now, so I don't remember.
Like, ugh.
I remember Clevenger being a bad teammate, but I don't.
I'd probably take a shot on Zach Plesac.
I think it's worth the risk right now.
I mean, yeah, especially given the.
It is what it is.
Bring in Plesac and
I don't want to take a shot on Raimel Tapia. Thank you.
He looked
no.
He was fun to watch play baseball.
No.
She
I
don't
just like
love
watching
you.
him run.
She just loves you.
The best thing about him was his walk-up
you.
song.
I just like watching him run.
Romance.
Because
I didn't like watching him bat at all.
His helmet would fall off as soon as he got out of the batter's box, and you just got to watch that hair flow while he's running. It was great.
What was his stats?
He's like 110 pounds, and he took the biggest daddy hacks I've ever seen.
Someone pointed out,
dude, have you seen his like max exit velocity and average
huge.
home run distances?
It's huge.
His average home run distance
make
is
sense.
more than Vlad.
There's a reason Jolly Olive has an entire video dedicated to him saying he's the best, worst baseball player ever.
Yeah.
Like,
you know what? That checks out.
Like,
he also always reminded me of the characters on the cheese string wrappers. And I couldn't unsee it for the rest of my life.
Fuck you. You just made me see it now.
What next time you see Raimel Tapia, just think of the characters on the cheese string.
I'm attempting to
look picturing him right now.
So limb. There's so much limb.
Honestly, I feel like the DFA was kind of harsh.
He's hitting like 320. Is he not?
Against Berrios. I think it was against Berrios.
Oh, okay.
But he played in 40 games this year. He had 97 plate appearances. He batted 264 with 333 on base and a 368 slugging.
Yeah, but didn't have room for him. Who just
Duvall's coming back.
Duvall's coming back.
Not yet, but they just brought back who plays second for them.
Oh, Christian
yeah,
Arroyo.
They just brought back Arroyo, so they didn't have room for him, and Duvall's coming back, so it just didn't make sense.
Mean, so like
it's a crowded outfield.
Yeah, but like he was playing well.
Somebody's gonna pick.
I'll be surprised if he doesn't get claimed. I just really don't want it to be here.
Yeah,
really don't want that,
dude. I forgot he hit 265 with the Jays last year.
You know where he looked sick. You know how sick he looked in a Pittsburgh uni?
Oh my god, he looked so sick in Pittsburgh.
He would look so good in a Pittsburgh
Why would you do this to me?
Because
add the yellow into the G string. Can you imagine him wearing the yellow jersey?
Bro, an outfield of him.
Never unsee it.
Him and old school Andrew McCutcheon just flying around the outfield with the dreads. It'd be hilarious.
Bring back O'Neal Cruz. Like have him not be hurt. The three of them.
He's speaking of it, I think O'Neal's on track to get back post All-Star break.
Really?
Trade Ellie over there,
dude.
Ellie what a big middle infield that would be.
Ellie is a switch hitting O'Neal Cruz. It's weird looking. Also, he has a very high pitched voice. It was unexpected. Unexpected as hell.
Isn't he young?
I think he's like 21. Like
His voice hasn't dropped yet.
The fact that we can say is he young, and then you say an age that's 1 year younger than me, fucking hurts.
You are young.
I'm approaching old to be a baseball player.
He's an 02. He's an 02 child. Oh boy, he's a January 02 child. That's crazy.
Wild.
He's 6'5".
Well done, gents.
Jesus. Yeah, good job.
Thumbs up, guys.
Good quick episode today.
Thumbs up. Go watch Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse in theaters now. I'm fully shilling. Full shill.
I was gonna say I don't think they need your help.
Full shill, everybody. It's a great movie. Better than the first one.
All right. We'll catch you at the end of the week sometime. Hopefully we've won a series against the Astros by then.
I'll take a split. I'm gonna be honest.
I'll take a win.
You told me we split the Astros series before this week started. I'd be like, yeah, fucking take it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we came up hot.
When one of those starts is a Manoah start, I'll take a fucking split any day of the week.
Yeah, you're right. Well, the other three are wins.
Point.
So, yeah. We'll catch you at the end of the week. Everything's linked in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, support us. It's great. We'll see you at the end of the week. Cheers.